Good morning, Sedro-Woolley School District students and families. For the last 2 years, Sedro-Woolley School District teachers and administrators have been looking at new schedules for the high school. In this video, we will be covering the 4 schedules that are being considered and why we are considering a new schedule for the high school. So why are we looking at a new schedule? The high school has been on our 8-period A-B schedule for the past 8 years. Since then, our needs in education has changed, and we want to make sure that we are still serving our students' educational needs in the most effective way. We've also noticed that several area schools are also reconsidering their schedules, like Mount Vernon, Burlington, and some Bellingham schools. There are 4 schedules that are currently under consideration. The first is our current 8-period schedule. In this schedule, we get 57.45 hours of instructional time per semester. As you can see, this schedule works by having 4 periods on our A days and the other 4 periods on our B days. The benefits of our current schedule are as follows. We have time for credit retrieval classes during the school day, which means if a student fails a class, they can make up that credit during another semester without needing to do after-school credit retrieval programs. Our English classes have had time for independent reading in class and have built a culture of reading around their curriculum. We also have longer class periods at approximately 80 minutes per day on a normal day. This allows our lab classes, like science and CTE, to have more time for activities and project creation. This schedule is consistent, where it's A on one day, B on the next, with all times remaining the same throughout the day. This schedule also allows for more chances to take elective classes through a student's 4 years of high school, with at least 8 elective classes being free for students to explore different vocations as they go through high school. And finally, there is planning and prep time for teachers every day so that we can continue to provide quality instruction to our students. The drawbacks of our current schedule are it has confusing times and transitions. Most of our periods end at times like 10:17, so remembering when you're in and out of class can be difficult. Students may also have to fill their schedules with classes that they are not interested in, because the state requires 24 credits, but Sedro-Woolley School District requires 30 due to our schedule. We know that 8 courses can be a heavy workload for students depending on the courses that they choose. We also do not see students consistently every week. Some weeks we see our classes 3 times, and some weeks we see our classes 2 times, and we don't see them every day. The long periods that we have because of the less classes per day can sometimes result in difficulties in attention or effectively using our class time. And overall, the 8-period day has the least amount of instructional time, meaning time students spend in class, of all of our 4 schedules. And finally, as seniors, because you have 30 credits that you need to complete before you graduate, your senior year can sometimes have lots of electives and other fill-type classes instead of things that result directly in your future plans. Our next schedule under consideration is the modified 8-period schedule. This schedule has 59.96 hours of instructional time, slightly more than the regular 8-period schedule. As you can see, the modified schedule is a variant of our current 8-period schedule, with Monday being a long day with short classes where we see every class throughout the day, with 35 to 40-minute classes. The rest of the week, we see 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th on alternating days. The benefits of this modified schedule are similar to that of the regular 8-period day. The differences are that we have consistent contact with teachers, where every class will meet 3 times per week. We also retain that time in school for credit retrieval if you fail classes and the time for independent reading. Our cub times are reduced on the modified 8-period day, with only 2 cub times instead of 4. We also retain the longer classes for our lab and CTE classes for creating projects. We also retain the chances to take electives with, again, 8 elective classes overall at a minimum. This allows for us to continue to explore different CTE graduation paths throughout your high school career. The problems with the modified 8-period schedule are similar to that of the 8-period. We still have a confusing schedule, in fact, maybe a more confusing schedule. We still have seniors and students having to fill their schedules with classes that they're not interested in because our district will require more credits to graduate than the state will because of the schedule. It may also lead to potentially larger class sizes and still retains the heavy workload of 8 courses that students will have to manage. In addition to those things, Monday will also be a very overwhelming day because you will have to go to all 8 of your classes with 7 different transitions and only spending 35 minutes in each of those classes. The third schedule under consideration is a return to the 6-period day that we had back in 2015. This schedule is the most amount of instructional time per semester at 81 hours, more than 20 hours of in-class time, more than the 8-period schedule. As you can see from the schedule, on a 6-period day, students would meet with their classes every day. You would see 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th period every day with 55-minute classes. The benefits of this schedule are the consistency of the schedule. Every class meets at the same period every day. No weird schedules that alternate. The classes are a little bit shorter, which allows for better control over your attention span and engagement in the classroom. Students will have a smaller number of classes to worry about and a smaller amount of work that they would need to complete on a daily basis. This schedule also meets daily, which can be a huge benefit for many of our core classes like math, English, and social studies, where we continuously build on knowledge over time. The schedule is easy to understand, and overall, we are gaining over 20 hours of instructional time throughout the semester and year. The downsides of this schedule are mostly about the inflexibility. As we've stated, the state requires 24 credits for graduation, and in 4 years on a 6-period schedule, that is exactly 24 credits. So failing a core class would require you to lose an elective during the day so that you can retake the class to earn credit. This can have an adverse effect on programs like AVID, Latinos in Action, BAND, or other 4-year programs because you will have a limited class selection because you get fewer elective classes at only 4 elective classes through your 4 years in high school. There will also be no in-school credit retrieval programs. So if you fail a class that you need to make up the credit, you may need to pay out of pocket for an after-school credit retrieval program or take summer school. There are lots of transitions in a 6-period day and fewer elective opportunities, meaning over the course of your 4 years, you will only get 4 elective choices minimum, as opposed to 8 with the 8-period day. We also do not have time in this schedule for cub time or other academic interventions to give students more time to work on homework, retake tests, and make up for time that they're gone. This also reduces teacher prep time slightly, and they would have to plan for 5 classes per day instead of 3. The last schedule under consideration is a modified 6-period schedule. This schedule has slightly less hours of instructional time at 75, but that's still 15 hours more than the modified 8 period. The modified 6 period day is similar to the 6 period day, except 3 days a week you will have 4 classes instead of 6. As you can see from the example here, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, you have longer class periods with only 4 classes and 3 cub times for in-school academic interventions. The benefits of this modified 6-period day are the same as the 6-period day, except 3 days a week you will have longer classes for lab classes, PE, and CTE classes to work on projects. It retains the same consistency, shorter classes, fewer overall classes to worry about, meeting daily, and overall more instruction time throughout the year than their 8-period schedule by about 15 hours. The downsides of the modified 6-period day are pretty much the same as the 6-period day. Our AVID, LIA, band, and other 4-year programs would have limited class selection because you get fewer elective classes at 4 instead of 8. We will also not have any in-school credit retrieval. So if you fail a class, you would need to pay out of pocket for an after-school credit retrieval program or take summer school. The same state required 24 credits for graduation, and again, with 4 years at 6 periods, that's exactly 24 credits. So failing a core class would require you to lose an elective during the day so that you can make up that credit. We still have lots of transitions, fewer elective opportunities at 4 instead of 8, and in addition to the 6-period day, teachers will have 1 day a week where they have 0 planning time for their classes. In review, Sedro-Woolley School District employees are taking care and consideration to make sure that we continue to serve students with the best possible schedule for their academic futures. We are considering 4 schedules: the current 8-period day, a modified 8-period schedule, the 6-period day that we had in 2015, and a modified 6-period day. We know that local schools are all going through this same decision-making process, with Mount Vernon deciding on a 6-period day, Burlington sticking with their 8-period day, and Bellingham schools like Meridian are changing or continuing their modified 6-period day. We currently do not have any local schools who are attempting the modified 8-period day. If you would like to give feedback to the district about your opinions on what schedule the high school should be considering, there is a QR code currently on screen that will lead you to a Google Forms survey where you can have your voice be heard. Thank you for watching this video on our schedule considerations. If you have any questions, please reach out to the Sedro-Woolley High School leadership or teachers, and they can assist you.